Well, it's Tuesday. There's a lot going on in the news cycle. There's so much we could talk about. A lot of it it's pretty much depressing, hard-driven. There's been some tragedy this weekend and a lot of confusion. We wanted to put, hopefully, a little bit of that confusion aside for some people, but we decided as a whole not to touch this at this time period at QTCast and met with the show. But what we wanted to do today is maybe hopefully to bring something that will bring up our spirits in this moment. There's a lot going on, and there's some stories that maybe you haven't heard right now, and some of it is some good news that has come out in the fandom, and you may enjoy this, and we hope you enjoy it. But don't forget, hit that subscription button, hit that like. If you wish to support us, down in the description below are the places where you can click on, go there, buy a t-shirt, or make a donation to the show and QTCast Network. Thank you very much for those who have already. And don't forget, most important, share this video with many of your friends, family members, especially if you like the information we give you, if you like the shows that we produce here. Because right now, YouTube doesn't push out our shows on there. So you don't, unless you've subscribed and you hit that notification, and sometimes even the notifications don't even tell you this. But basically, it's like we're hidden. So, we wanted to start out, hey, there's some good stuff that's out here. This just hit, and, the rumors have been flying back and forth. I think we pretty much got it in a tweet today on there. And basically, what has been going on, I'm sorry, it was on Instagram. Basically, we knew we were getting a Venom 2. And I've said this before, Venom Part 1 was very good. I did enjoy it. I didn't go to the theater to see it. I saw it on cable. It was a really well-done movie. Better than I expected. And, Tom Hardy, he played a good Venom. I mean, it was really, like I said, the action was good. The special effects were good. I mean, even my wife enjoyed it. I mean, she's not into too much of this, but she really, really enjoyed it, and she's hoping for a sequel too. And it looks like we are going to get it. And it looks like Andy Serkis, you know him very well. He was in the Lord of the Rings. He was in the Planet of the Apes series. He's Black Panther. A couple other films. He will be directing the sequel to Venom 2. He will be directing it. We know of that Tom Hardy will be returning. The big question is Woody Harrelson coming back? That is a good question because, right now Woody is in the middle of Zombieland 2, which is supposed to be coming out toward the Halloween period. Basically, we hope he'd be available to do this, because if he is, will the sequel be called Maximum Carnage? I think a lot of people are saying, hey, the sequel should be called Maximum Carnage, which basically that is the character Woody Harrelson's playing. He's playing the serial killer Cassidy from the comic books. We know that at the end, for those of you who did, there was like a little bit of an extra clip at the end of the movie, Easter egg, that Tom Hardy was interviewing Cassidy in jail. Basically, sort of the hint that basically we're going to get a Carnage for the second. I mean, this is really, really good. Now, there is one thing about this, and as far as a date-wise. Now, Sony hasn't put a date on it, but there is something on their calendar on October 2nd of next year, 2020, and it's marked off as an untitled Spider-Man movie. We know we're not getting another Spider-Man movie for quite some time now. We're just coming out Far From Home, and we knew we were not getting another Spider-Man for at least 2 years, maybe 3 possibly on there. So if Sony has this sliced in on October 2nd, what could it be? I mean, this could be the Venom sequel. Possibility. I mean, it would be great that they do it with an October release, but I mean, they would have to get underway now. I mean, within the next month or so, to get underway just to make that date. It probably will change if this is the date Venom is supposed to do. But like I said, hey, I'm really happy that this is happening. It's some great news. Now the storyline, we don't know. I mean, like I said, we're hoping it's Carnage. How would they do this? I mean, in the comics and in the original Fox animated series, we knew Carnage is an offspring of Venom on there. So how would that work on stuff like that? Because I tell you, Carnage was a great character that they created at Marvel. I mean, how they injected him into a time period that, there was a lot going on as far as, and the way Carnage looks, like he looks that he's bloodborne and stuff like that. And we were dealing with the AIDS crisis at the time when Carnage was born in the comics. And basically, you had that fright thought of it, creating something blood-like the way they had Carnage. But, all in all, it is a great lineup that they're going to be putting together for this. We hope. Andy has done a lot of stuff before. From what I understand, Kelly Marcel, who did the original screenplay for the first movie, is underway writing the sequel. Will write, that the sequel will be written by Kelly. So, that's another good thing that's on there. That basically that we will get. All in all, it is really good to hear that stuff like this happens. Movies like this that were underrated, and like I said, Venom was very underrated. And like I said, I didn't go to see the theater; I saw it on cable, and I really, really enjoyed it. I'm glad. In a way, I'm glad I waited because it's like a toss up the way movies, especially a lot of the superhero movies, have been doing. Some of them are doing well, some of them are not so well. You had Endgame was really good, Shazam was okay, Captain Marvel, we don't even want to discuss that one. I could end up getting slammed by YouTube just for discussing it. And you had many of others. I'm probably gonna, and I didn't see Aquaman yet now, and I know HBO's has it, so I'll probably watch it. I think it's in a week or two. They're going to be showing it on HBO, so I'll catch it then. See how that is. And there's a lot more that they're trying to put out, and so far, like Phase 4 is not looking very appeasing. It's great that they're doing Blade and stuff like that, and there's even some stuff that they're saying that they want to do with Blade, and it might not turn out to be that good, but who knows? Like I said, we have to wait to see how things go as far as that. Because, one thing, and this is why Hollywood is failing so much, is just basically, when you look at the movie, just write the story. Write the story. I don't care, what the characters are, if they're gay, they're not gay, what nationality and stuff like that. I mean, now you're hearing like The Witcher that they did a number on The Witcher, and I think a lot of people are going to be upset with that. And we're going to discuss that in another edition. And it's when you start to change people. I mean, like the Eternals, you've changed some of the characters and stuff like that, and it doesn't work out. When will Hollywood learn? You can't change these things. You got to keep it the way it is. Write a good story, because that's what people want to see. They want to see a good story. They don't care the politics that they throw into it. We don't care. Do you know why The Expanse is so good? Why people love The Expanse? Because it's a good story. It's, it doesn't dive into the political rhetoric. And obviously, it does have a nice diverse cast, and they don't have to say they're diverse. They don't have to sit there throwing the politics out. Oh, we hired this person because of their nationality, or we hired this on their sexual preference. This is why a lot of these companies are losing money. You know, they're making money on one end and then they're losing on the other. You're losing your fan base just to appease one little tiny group of people. Let me tell you something. They're never going to be your fans. Plain and simple. And I'll say this again. They will never be your fans, Hollywood. All they care is, simply like the Joker, they like to see things burn. Plain and simple. So, comment below. Tell me how you feel about this. You know, we get Andy Serkis. He's going to be doing the Venom 2. Kelly Marcel will be writing the screenplay. Tom Hardy, you know, he's going to be back. Hopefully we'll get Woody Harrelson. He'll be back. Hopefully he'll be back in time. Because like I said, you know, he's doing Zombieland 2, which is basically will be coming out this year. So, comment below. Check us out on mindsgab.com. You can subscribe there as well. If you wish to donate or buy one of our shirts or something like that, check in the description below. Thank you. Thank you very much if you've done this. We do appreciate it. It helps us here because, you know, to get these shows out and to get, you know, keep equipment going and bring more people into the fold so we can bring more programming to you. It's never that easy. So we'll have one more later tonight, and we're going to have another good one on there. We're going to be staying in the comic book sense in one way. In fact, we're going to be switching gears to the DC universe on our next story, and you'll like that one as well. So until later tonight, subscribe, like, support, share. Thank you for tuning in to Man with the Show on Q2Cast TV.